What's going on, guys? I don't know why I always have to check after I get this live video going. 1st of February, that means that it's episode 42 of The Murder Mentality. And first off, thank you guys all for tuning in. I want to talk about a hot button issue. I've talked about it in the past, but I think it's supremely important to recognize. And it's also a really hot button topic, like I said. So the thing about this is that for us to discuss narcissism, for us to discuss like egotism and things like that, that really means that if you're interested in helping yourself and other people, you're probably going to get your feelings hurt a little bit, but that's a good thing, okay? Sometimes getting your feelings hurt will change you in a positive and healthy fashion. What's up, Stanley? So, without further ado, let's talk about narcissism. Now, I think that there's a major disconnect in what people define narcissism as. I like to say that we need to draw a distinction between being self-important and self-interested. I think people that are self-interested understand that for you to be interested in you as a person and your own growth and how that's going to affect the people around you, you have to understand that you are not an island, that you affect other people, that people around you matter, the way you affect them matters, and the way you affect them will also affect how your life goes. Empathy is important. Don't get me wrong. I want to make sure that we understand that. But empathy is also how narcissists take advantage of us. Okay? So, I think all of us have experienced at least a few times in our life somebody who can't take any type of accountability, somebody who refuses to recognize that they are their own problem. Like literally, like from you to me, from my very heart to your heart, I'm my biggest problem. And you're your biggest problem, period. The results that you want in your life are all on you. The results that you'd like to have in your life are all on you. And the results that you're probably not getting, if you're not getting them, are on you. Okay? And so, let's ask ourselves, are we really doing everything we want to do? Are we doing everything we need to do? Are we actually following through on the shit that we say we're going to follow through on? Or do you offer excuses? I think one of the first signs of a potential narcissist or a narcissistic personality trait is excuses. Real motherfuckers take advantage of the fact that they can recognize that they make mistakes. Real motherfuckers know that they make mistakes and they try to learn from them. Fake little bitch-made assholes that take advantage of other people make excuses. Because people that don't make excuses understand that their lack of excuses is allowing them to be accountable to other people. Therefore, helping the people around them be able to trust them. People that give excuses are attempting to manipulate the situation. Let me say that again in another way. I think this is important to recognize, okay? People that give excuses destroy their own credibility. People that accept them destroy their confidence, their own confidence. When you know something's bullshit and somebody's feeding you a line of total bullshit and you're just like, whatever, and you just let it slide, you don't think that you take a little tally mark on your brain, in your head, and recognize that every time you let that slide that you're going to let it slide again? But here's another thing I heard one time that I really loved on that. Beware all of you victimizers out there. Beware all of you predators. Because out there somewhere is a victim that's waiting for you. You can't be victimized outside of real life, like when somebody running up on you with a fucking knife and taking stuff from you, or a gun and taking advantage of you, or forcing themselves onto you. You can't be taken advantage of outside of situations like that without your consent, because you have to sign off on it, let it happen, or just step back and not change it. But the weird thing is, most of the narcissists I've ever met, their lives fucking suck. Most of the people I've ever met that give excuses all the time have shitty fucking lives because they give excuses all the time. Do we not understand, like, let's make a suggestion early on today. Let's stop fucking taking excuses. Next time somebody disrespects you, tell them, fuck no. That's not how this is going, and I'm not playing this fucking game. And when that other person's like, well, but, tell them to fuck off. Tell them to fuck off. I'm in the middle of some situations with some people, unfortunately, that I cannot just remove myself from, that I have to deal with some of this shit. But instead, like I used to, I'm just being like, fucking whatever, and letting it happen because I was tired of the argument. Now I just say, that's just not how that works. Or my favorite word of all time lately, no. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going to fucking do it. I don't know. No, I don't accept your excuse. No, I don't believe that. That word is so fucking massively powerful, I cannot begin to describe to you how powerful no is. You know how I know it's really powerful? Because it's one of the first words that kids get obsessed with using. No, 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 no. Sometimes they say no to things that they should be saying yes to. But what that demonstrates is that sometimes in our drive to get our kids to listen, that we break down their ability to be able to recognize that they need to say no sometimes. I mean, in a real way, it's taken for me as a full-on fucking adult to realize how powerful that is. Like, it's in my late 30s that I'm starting to get how powerful it is to just tell somebody, fuck you. No. No. You don't have to say fuck you, but you can feel it. I think if you feel it and then don't say it, that's a little bit, nicer, but you don't have to be nice to people. There's no thing out there that says that you must be polite. And there's definitely nothing out there saying that you need to be polite to somebody who's trying to take advantage of you. And one of the greatest signs, I think one of the biggest signs, period, you will find that will directly correlate with the way somebody's going to treat you or fuck you over is that they will basically do nothing but compliment you. Somebody that doesn't have anything about you that irritates them isn't being real with you. And guess what? Lying to people isn't nice. So they call that love bombing, all right? Somebody that talks bad as fuck about all their exes, all the other people in their life, how all the other people fucked them over, and never takes their part of it, big sign. Literally, I have been fucked over by a lot of people, but I also put the addendum on it that I say, I allowed that to happen, but I won't anymore. Okay? I put up with more than I should have. Or maybe I didn't know how to stand up for myself. And in some cases, I was just wrong. And I maybe hurt that person, and I shouldn't have. But expressing remorse is not something that narcissists do. Expressing remorse only comes when they get caught red-handed, and there's no other way to fucking lie their way out of it. But they'll still try. They'll still try. And here's the deal, though. You don't have to sit and listen to it, because one of my biggest character flaws when it comes to dealing with these types of situations is I try to imagine what I would have done if I was in their situation, or why I might have been driven to act the way they did. And what that is that's empathy. But that empathy is letting me put my head, try to put myself in the shoes of somebody who doesn't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. And when you don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself, you don't even care about you. Let me say that again. When you don't give a fuck about anybody else, you don't care about you, because if you were smart, you'd recognize that you have to care about you because nobody else is going to do it for you. And more importantly, if you don't make good quality, positive, meaningful relationships that don't involve using other people, you will end up alone. You might be surrounded by people, but still be lonely as fuck because you don't know how to make real human connections. The hardest part is a lot of us probably have people like this in our families. Fuck, my family is so thick with mental illness, it's not even funny. The fuck do you think I ended up looking like this? It definitely wasn't because I was a super well-rounded, easy getting along, didn't have problems type of person for the first part of my life. And I'm not even saying I'm that now, but I'm working really heavy on being the best damn person I can every fucking day without question. But when you grow up around shit like that, it's normalized to you. And one of the biggest things, man, is like, ask yourself, is this the type of example I want my children to take on from me? Do I want my kids to act like I am, or do I want my kids to be treated like I allow myself to be treated? That's a fucking heavy one. Would you want your son to allow himself to get treated how you allow your lady to treat you? Would you want your daughter to allow herself to be treated how you allow your man to treat you? Would you want your son or daughter to be treated the way you treat your partner? Ouch. Big fucking ouch. Because I'll tell you this, I've been on both sides of that coin. And it didn't make me feel good. And I like feeling good. I like feeling like a good person. And it turns out we all have this fucking compass inside of us that's constantly dictating what is going to happen or not going to happen on our feelings based on how we act. When we act outside of what's best for us and the people around us, we feel bad. When we act inside of what's best for us and the people around us, we feel good. When we build them up, we feel good. But the thing is, you can't build somebody up for them. You can build yourself up and give them a blueprint, but they got to do it themselves. I can't tell the truth for somebody. I can't not give an excuse for somebody. I can provide the blueprint, but if you don't fucking want it, I can't make you fucking want it. And this applies to everybody. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, your partner, your friends, your kids, the people you meet on the street. You can want something more for them than they want it for themselves. And if that's the case, then what you need to do is draw the fuck back and put that energy into somebody who will fucking use it. Like yourself. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird because people think that caring about yourself first is somehow selfish. But those fucking people are the narcissists. The motherfuckers that think that it's selfish to care about yourself are the fucking narcissists. Because I can't save another drowning man if I'm fucking drowning. I can't save another human being if I'm fucking drowning. Gotta save yourself first. You gotta care about yourself first. You gotta bring a whole ass man or a whole ass woman to the table. In your partnerships. In your life. In your relationships with your kids. Bring a whole ass father to that fucking relationship, not a half-ass one. Bring a whole ass mother to bring a whole ass you to everything. And anybody that gets in the way of your own self-investment is a dick and should be fucked off out of your life. For real. For real. I'm not taking that. Don't take that as an excuse or a way to write somebody off just because you don't want to fucking deal with it. What I'm saying is the only true depiction of love in life, the only true depiction of self-love, let me rephrase that, is investment in oneself. It's not taking days off. It's not your mental health days. It's not your fucking self-care days, unless those days are spent building you up. Unless those days are spent building you up. The only true form of self-love is self-investment. And anybody that gets in the way of you investing in yourself doesn't want the best for you. The end. So today, stop putting up with somebody's bullshit that you ain't got no business putting up with. And I bet you, I fucking dare you to tell me that God doesn't align your life up in such a way that you are fucking blown away. Blown the fuck away at how big and bad God shows out for you. When you stop fucking with the shit that he has no intention for you to be fucking with and start fucking with the stuff that he does. Start doing what God has already blessed rather than asking God to bless your situation. Big love. All glory to be to God. Catch you guys tomorrow.